They'll come out in the pistol. Rodgers now to throw. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. This is the 6th rounder from Eastern Michigan, Darius Jackson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Terrell McClain continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Start right there.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He completes it to Jordan Nelson. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. There were a couple holes there, partner. Was that zone coverage?
That's exactly what it was, Brandon. When you see man-to-man, that defender runs with the receiver. In this case, they were just taking care of their zone coverages, their responsibilities on the field, and the offense found the open space.
To throw is Rodgers. And he finds Cook. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Cedric Thornton, the one that got him down. Here's the offensive unit coming out onto the field in just a moment. Randall Cobb, very good at wideout.
Went to college to be a quarterback. Discovered his talents couldn't be limited to one position. He's a 1,000-yard receiver every year for his quarterback.
Now a play fake. Rodgers finding time. Looking for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And now the defense for Dallas.
Sean Lee is a linebacker with an exciting mix of tackling ability and coverage skills.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Prescott looks to throw on first. And Bryant's got it over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Going right side. He has Winton. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Second down, Prescott. He dumps off to Morris. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Still in search of the first down after that last completion. On third down, it's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. Lance Dunbar is running back the intended target. And that brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fielded at the 20. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Easy.
Rodgers to throw on second down. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On second down, here's Rodgers. He's got time. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Rodgers now to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slant. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over. right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to
trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked up. There he goes, left side. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Prescott on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. This offensive unit today, they're going to need Dez.
A full combo plate. Size, speed, toughness, not to mention incredible aggressiveness going and getting the football.
Now Prescott, flush to his right, and that is incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 24. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
On the ground, this is Jackson, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On the run, this is Jackson. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. Rodgers now on first down. This is Cobb with a catch right side. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. He's got time in the pocket. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A second down throw for Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned a ballet score. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On second down, Prescott again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. A second down throw for Prescott. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. 23 yards on the play.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
The speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Partner under the heading of really strange injuries. Darren McFadden
kind of takes the cake, doesn't he?
All right, let's get it straight. Broke his elbow. Unfortunate for him, trying to save his phone from falling. But he made it back for the season, and so did the phone.
And looking to pick up where he left off from a year ago, sort of a surprise 1,000-yard rusher in 2015. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Prescott on 3rd and 2. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Here we go. Ohio.
4th down, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And that's caught by Beasley. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Cole Beasley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep. We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped.
Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Here we go.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to fire one. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. He hits Beasley right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. A first down throw for Prescott. This will be caught at the 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken about the 12. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On play action, Rodgers going for the deep ball. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And now a first down following that long gain. Now it's Jackson, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Another pistol look here. Throwing is Rodgers. And Cook has it left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
319.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's 4th down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So 2 field goals now for Crosby, a man who became the Packers' all-time leading scorer last year, topping the mark set by Ryan Longwell.
And as you know, Lambeau Field is not an easy place to kick field goals, especially when you get into December and January. But Crosby's been a steadying influence on some real good Packers teams.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. We've got a 3rd and 11. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Flushed out right. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to go up top again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8th. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He dumps off to Morris. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And on 2nd and 10 now. A second down throw for Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Prescott yet again. Eluding the pressure right. Complete to Jason Witten. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. And again, it's Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was looking for Alfred Morris that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Throwing. Prescott. And Beasley with it over the middle. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And that leads to a Dallas first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Prescott looks to throw on first. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. On second down, Prescott again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll throw again. Prescott going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now fourth down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll run it with Jackson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Jalen Smith out of Notre Dame. Partner, that's got to be one of the best stories in the NFL, seeing him out on the field.
Yeah, it really is. That injury that he had during the bowl game against Ohio State, boy, that hurt his draft stock. So nice to see him out there.
I had him rated as the top player in his class in 2016 before his injury. He ends up going in the second round, and now he's starting to make the plays we expected to see.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. On play action. Now Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Rodgers going to throw. And he finds Cook. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing now is Rodgers. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. First down and goal, the offense. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They run with Morris. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Throwing, Prescott. And this one's incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Second down, Prescott. Throw right side, complete to Williams. A good pickup there, a 22.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And now they're in the hurry-up. And there they went crossing route against his own defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Back to the ground, but here, McFadden. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Darren McFadden, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good game. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. He completes it to Nelson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Cuts it out here, left sideline. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 13 yards there on the pickup. And it'll be a Dallas 1st down. First down, Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Now the Packers get set to go. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
They come out here in the eye. They run again with Jackson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
They find some open field here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you can see what's going on in the backfield and maybe the guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction, it might change what you do up front. But if they can't see that, and he's not in sync with what they're doing up front, well, this is when you end up with plays like this. A bad one for the offense, a really good one for the defense.
And that's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Steps away, and he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
He hits Beasley right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
And quickly, they get to the line. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And that's caught by Beasley. It's a 4-yard pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Prescott to throw. And his pass incomplete. Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Come on, let's go.
Now Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here's Prescott. He dumps off to Morris. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
On the left side, he finds Beasley. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And they're going to speed things up here. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football. I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost, and now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. Prescott on 3rd and 2. That is caught. at the 7. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Here we go!
And again, it's Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Rodgers throwing here. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
things for
interception.
different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And an encroachment penalty here will cost them 5 yards.
And it makes it so simple, doesn't it? An easy free 5 yards for the offense given to them by the defense.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big on the radar, I said, okay, let's try.